And welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We are here checking out a new map called Rolling Meadow. It's one that is in the in-game mod hub. It is looks like suitable for both obviously PC and consoles, because I believe not everyone, but a lot of them lately, as far as maps go, seem to be available for consoles when it comes to the mod hub. But that's just me anyway. At least the ones that I tend to like. We're just kind of sitting out here chilling, watching the sunrise. Gets a little cramped when you sleep in a tractor cab, but it's all we got right now. I just got done planting barley. Of course, it needs rolled. I don't have a sprayer or spreader to get fertilizer into the ground or spread lime, so our crop is not going to be the greatest come springtime. But this is, in my opinion, kind of a relatively unique map in a way. There are, well, it says there's 71 farmlands with some forest areas. However, considering each one is essentially a square that looks like a few areas along the main road here. So you got the road here and you got these plots alongside. So if you want to build a home in this area, it's actually easy to do, all things considered. I think I might do that for our next video. Instead of putting a farm over here with homeland and whatnot. Yeah. So we do own field 14. We did harvest canola. Yeah, I think it was canola off of it. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. But that's all we own, is just the one square with the farmland in it. There's 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 plots, because I think that's one up here. As far as what's farmed and what isn't. Let's see here. Yeah, that's cultivated. So there are 4 plots that you can purchase. As far as what you can't, basically anything in the town area. I mean, you can buy like the biogas plant and probably some of the factories, maybe. That's where warehouse. So some of these I think you can, but obviously animal dealer, not so much. Yeah, there's not much to it. Just a nice grassy plot of land. Let's get on flight mode because I forgot to do that already. There's a biogas plant. We just have our little field right here. But at least unlike my other map, we're not negative. That actually put us over our starting amount of $1 million. Granted, I haven't done anything with our... Sorry, I just happened to notice that. That's a steep drop down there. Why would you do that? I mean, I like the idea that they have that, but at the same time, same idea, or same time frame, why not just try to make this level with that? And then again, I'm not a map maker, so I don't know how difficult it is to do a lot of things, but I do like the way they have this set up. Again, got a couple points of reference as far as fields go, at least a couple, so it's not too bad. I'm not usually a big fan of when they break it up, but I do like the fact that they have along the main road. They broke up the plots of land, so that way you can kind of build your own home area if you want. So, maybe we'll buy this one, just put it right here, so it's center of town type of deal, as far as our home goes. So maybe that's what we'll do, and then we'll take the area that we have already purchased over here and actually make the farm. I think that's what we'll do. Something along those lines. Kind of change things up and have a separate place for our home versus our farm. So yeah. Not much to this by any means. Bunch of grassy areas and some forestry. So maybe we'll take care of the trees in our area and do things that way, or who knows. This one I probably won't be doing a lot of time. off camera by any means, just because I'm just not feeling it on this. I like the map, I really do, but I just don't know if I'm feeling it enough to actually take the time when I already have like 1 or 2 others going that we're harvesting wood and things like that on, and you know, going about it that way. So this one I think is probably gonna end up taking a backseat for the most part once we get these 2 videos done. So I'm just being honest with you guys. This one's gonna be a relatively quick, short one because the map is so small and there's not a lot to see. But, and not to mention I did already harvest, I already plowed, I already cultivated, and I already seeded. So, but as far as what we start with, let's flop back down to the ground. Ow. So we do get the FarmTech EDK 650 for a grain trailer. And this hauls about as much as that hauls. I think they're both right around 8,000 liters. As far as capacity goes, Great Plains solid stand 1500 seater, which is, I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of it just because everyone seems to start off with this as one of the primary ones. But it's all right. And then a 3650 for John Deere, just powerful enough to pull that for the most part. A Sassy Massey Ferguson 8570 with the grain header and header wagon. And then we do have a Challenger over here. MT 635, if I'm not mistaken. 160 horse though. And we used it to pull this Pottinger plow. You know me, guys, I'm not a big fan of these kind of plows. I mean, it does give for some nice field, but yeah. We do have this John Deere cultivator, 980. So it does create, this thing does, for as small as it does create a beautiful seed bed. I will give it that. I just wish some of the bigger pieces of equipment that John Deere makes does the same thing. But yeah, we kind of have used everything we have. It does actually give you a bag of seed as well, starting out. So you don't have to worry about, you know, trying to cheat in seed or just right off the bat spending money for seed because you already have it. So there is that. And even though we're quite a bit of ways from that little creek, you can still hear it all the way over here. And it is kind of nice to have this creek, though. I will say, I don't know if there were some rocks or something like that that were kind of put out farther. But there's a few spots, like right here. I'm floating. I'm really floating. So I don't know if there were rocks that were here that maybe once I activate all my other mods that they'll be seen or what, but there are no required mods to this. It does have added crop types of rye, millet, mustard, lavender, poppy. It is precision farming ready. There are collectibles on the map. Haven't found any yet. And like right here, I'm stuck. Gotta jump on the invisible floating whatever. A place sawmill on BGA. Both can be purchased. Restaurant on the river to sell to. There's a restaurant? And they call that I guess down farther down there's a river. Oh, that restaurant. I didn't even pay attention to that. Interesting. Let's go into flight mode. There is a warehouse logistics to buy. Sorry, I'm reading the description here. Warehouse logistic to buy you building needs. Yeah, there's a slight issue with in translation, it would appear. I'm assuming you can buy just about anything from there. That's a nice little creek flowing into the big river, if you want to call it a big river. This isn't near a square as what it kind of looks like on the map. But you can purchase it, just like you can buy that. Oh. I again, translation issues, I think. This is the sell point, is what I'm getting. Where you actually take the over here. So this is where you bring the product to basically sell to the restaurant, is what I'm getting. So selling it to Willie's. I said there are a few things in translation that I think got a little screwed up, but once I, actually think about it and put my brain onto it, I gather what they're trying to say. Oh, they got a dam here. Dam. That's like a legit dam too, not just... Huh. I wonder if the water's so still here. Yeah, it starts off as a nice little creek up here by us. Must be a spring around these rocks that starts feeding it, and heads on out that way. Yeah, we do have all these trees here that we can go through and harvest, get us a little bit more money. I may or may not do that, we'll see, just to expand the field, or probably just build another field. So we do need to get some other equipment to be able to properly maintain and take care of our fields. At least a sprayer and a spreader, so that way we can well, I guess technically we would only need a spreader if we're doing solid fertilizer. Though I may also look at updating our planter to get one that will actually do solid or liquid fertilizer. We also need something that'll spread lime, as well as a rock collector, because there are quite a few rocks in this field. And it's yelling at me saying that this needs rolled, so we'll probably end up getting at least a small roller just to make our planting gods happy. So this one's turning into a very short video compared to some of my other ones. So guys, as always, if you happen to like what you see, if you catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That bell will let you be notified of every single video I post, and not just like a few here and there. If you made it this far in my video, I want to say thank you, and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. So with all that being said, we'll catch you next episode. Take care. Peace.